Super Mario Odyssey is something special, and it also represents a change in the future of Nintendo games. What's going on? I'm Cyroth, bringing you a new Nintendo video, and today I'm going to be talking about how Super Mario Odyssey and some other games on Nintendo Switch are highly influential in changing the future of their series. Super Mario Odyssey is the most recent one of these games to release, just coming out a couple of weeks ago, and I've been very much enjoying it, like many of you. The game is absolutely magnificent, returning the series with the sandbox style of games highly requested to come back after the releases of Super Mario 3D Land and 3D World, which completely stripped 3D Mario games from being open-ended to more level-based like their 2D counterparts. Now don't get me wrong, I definitely enjoyed 3D Land and 3D World, however they are nothing compared to the more open-ended 3D Mario games in my opinion. I just love being thrusted into a massive Mario level and exploring it, finding collectibles. It's just fun. It's one of the reasons that I thoroughly enjoyed Super Mario 64 and Sunshine, and then when it transitioned to the Galaxy games, I said, okay, you know, there's a little bit of a transition point going on here to a more level-based sandbox style of game. Although I still thought the Galaxy and Galaxy 2 were a bit more open-ended than the games that followed them. I am so glad to see Super Mario Odyssey return to 3D Mario's roots, and I definitely think that this is going to influence the future of Mario games. This is an example of Nintendo giving the fans what they want, a criticism of the company that has come out in recent years with games such as Paper Mario Color Splash still not returning the Paper Mario series to the beloved RPG formula that was originally in the first two games. And while we haven't seen the correction to the Paper Mario series yet, we have seen it with the Metroid series. Nintendo releasing Metroid Prime Federation Force, a game that isn't really a Metroid game, but then following it up with Metroid Samus Returns this year and Metroid Prime 4 coming to the Nintendo Switch. This also happened with the Legend of Zelda series Breath of the Wild. Like Super Mario Odyssey, one of the most critically acclaimed video games in history, definitely is giving the Zelda fans what they desire. Just comparing Super Mario Odyssey to old Mario games shows me how much it's returning to the roots and also paving a way for the future of the Mario series. I think that in the future, these new Nintendo games from their respective series are going to become larger and more open-ended like Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild are becoming on Nintendo Switch. Yeah, certain games on the Switch are just ports like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Pokémon Tournament, although I definitely think that those were just there to help fill out the first-year launch lineup for the Nintendo Switch. Games like Splatoon 2 I also kind of consider to be a port because there's very little new content in it from the original Splatoon. I mean, there's a new campaign, but it's definitely not becoming more open-ended like Zelda and Mario are, but you have to give these things time. You don't just say to the developers, okay, we're starting a new transition period where we're gonna make our games way more large and open and expansive. No, that takes time. Super Mario Odyssey was in development since the release of 3D World, and we have known that for a fact, but because of this, it's going to take a couple more years for all of the other development teams at Nintendo to finally apply the same formula to their games. I think it's going to happen with Metroid Prime 4. It possibly will happen with Kirby and Yoshi becoming more expansive games from those respective series, although we're going to have to wait and see about that, and I definitely hope it happens with Fire Emblem coming out next year. Xenoblade Chonicles 2, a game from a series which is definitely known for the expansive environments, I think is strategically releasing this year because Nintendo wants to have more of these open games on the Switch. They want Nintendo to become known, the company known for delivering a ton of content. Their games are packed with it, and they release with all of this content that fans definitely enjoy and they want to explore through. One of my favorite aspects about Super Mario Odyssey is the fact that there's a minimum amount of moons in each kingdom, and then there's also a maximum amount of moons that you can get in each kingdom, and the differential between that is huge. My approach to playing Super Mario Odyssey was to get around the minimum of each kingdom and then go back after I completed the game, and now I'm in the process of 100%ing each kingdom. However, despite this mentality, I felt myself being drawn into these worlds, feeling the want to go and get more moons than I had to. That is the magic of these new Nintendo games, and I think that this is how it's going to be influencing the rest of the Nintendo series, giving the fans what they want, giving them larger scale games and providing a lot of interesting content within those games that'll pull you in. This, I think, is what Nintendo wants to be known for over the next few years. But what do I think is next for the mainline Mario series after Odyssey? How do I think that Nintendo could possibly follow up one of the greatest Mario games of all time? That is what I'm going to be talking about next week. So, if you do not want to miss that next video, remember to subscribe and tick the bell icon so that you'll be notified when it comes out. If you're interested in more about Super Mario Odyssey right now, I did make a video last week about the top 5 greatest enemies introduced in the game. There are no spoilers in that one, so go ahead and check it out with no worries. I'll see you next time. Peace out.